JuRY Saturday, 1st of 2013. 01 13 13. No, 01 5 13. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Save that. Run, tell that. Loading up the chat now. Best you've ever chatted. Best you've ever chatted. Ooh. Over. So just couch. Got my Bulls t-shirt from the minor league hockey game I went to. What's up with that? Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is the new Digs. This is all going to be going. This is an in-progress kind of thing. Might move stuff around. But this should be a better stream than it normally is. Number one, I am... the audio is shitty. Okay. Modulated. Check. Any better? All right, were we blown out? How about now? Good. It's peaking. Crunchy. Okay. Then we were probably overmodulated. Now it's low. Check. How about that? Good? Good or bad? My chords. Better? Better now. Good. All right. Okay. Well, this is going to be, I think, part of the new setup. We're going to be doing it in the living room. This apartment, okay, the video's stuttering. I wonder if it's because I'm trying to put out too high of a bit rate. Yeah, the light is definitely way better. Man, I'll tell you, this is nicer. Oh, Jesus. I can actually I can lay back. Yeah, I think I might have a high bit rate. I'm going to turn it off and then turn it back on so I can get the bit rate lower. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. All right. How is it now? Fuck. This goddamn chat. I swear to God. It's nothing but shit sometimes. It's just 4 bags of shit. Pap it out. Okay. How's that? Good? I mean, I wanted to be a little bit of a step up from my room a block down the road. But here we go. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit more of a relaxed thing. I'll be able to have people sit down on the couch next to me and talk to them and interview them, and it'll be a fun time. We might have a guest in this episode, but because I don't have the second mic set up, they're going to creepily stand behind me and talk into this mic. We're going to share a mic like this. We're just going to talk together. It's going to be fun. Yeah. So we're going to play a song. Also, this weekend, we will have the podcast feed up. I just got to, I've been trying to upload them to archive and then link them, but for some reason my RSS feed, is having a hard time validating. It just keeps. The audio is better, but still crappy. Same with the video. So is the video still shit? Because I turned down the bitrate to like half of what it was. No, the lighting is fine. Um, okay, the video looks fine. The audio has just a little sizzle. People are saying the stuttering is the same, but now it's more pixelated. Okay, so I'm getting video is good and audio sucks, which doesn't sound like a little. All right, I'm getting it's fine. So I think we're gonna roll with it's fine. Because I mean it is a directional mic. By the way, are you guys hearing echo? I think the echo is better from what it was on NSFW show. Because we actually have like a couch and shit. No echo. Just shizzle. What the fuck? Is it like crinkly? Yes, it's crinkly. Let me try and... It just doesn't sound clean. Well, also my laptop's making noise, which is annoying. Check, 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 check. Is that good or... No. Is that bad? Same. Check. Check, check, check. Alright, that's way low. Check, check, check. Yeah, I'm gonna just record a little bit. Audio recording, audio recording. TV. Check, check, check. Hi, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I do hear that. But I don't know what cable would be loose. Like... Can you lower the arm and tilt the mic up? Check. Is that... I mean, would it be because it's facing down? Kill a chicken and roll some bones. Roll them bones. All right. I mean, it sounds the same. I'll fuck around with it a little bit later, but that's gonna be call Jammer B. I could have Jammer B come down here. I'll just bring my whole setup to him and have him set it up for me. The direction is much better, so maybe now I'm just gonna be louder. All right, audiophiles. Okay, well, I'm going to start recording, and then I'm going to play a song, and then we're going to talk about moving, and then we're going to have a guest, and I'm going to give you guys a new character. There's a new character alert. We're going to do a new segment here on the JuRY live stream called New Character Tryouts. So I'm going to bring you guys a tryout, and we're going to take a straw poll on whether or not the new character lives or dies. All right, here we go. New character tryouts. It all starts here on JuRY Saturday. Let's record this. This is a song about aging British sluts.
Discarded all the naughty nights for niceness. Landed in a very common crisis. Everything's in order in a black hole. Nothing seems to pity in the past though. A bloody memory's like an El Tabasco. Remember when you used to be a rascal? Oh, the boys are slag. The best you ever had. The best you ever had is just a memory and those dreams. But as daft as they seem, as daft as they seem, my love. Flicking through a little book of sex tips. Remember when the bars were all electric? And now when she told she's gonna get it, I'm guessing that she'd rather just forget it. Clinging to not getting sentimental. Said she wasn't going but she went still. Like a gentleman had to be gentle. Was it a Mechadabra or a betting pencil? Oh, the boys are slag. The best you ever had. The best you ever had is just a memory and those dreams. But as daft as they seem, as daft as they seem, my love, when you dream them overflow. Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go?
gentlemen, live and direct from the new permanent home of all JuRY live streams, you have joined us on yet another edition of the JuRY live stream. I am Justin Robert Young, your humble host, and we are going to have a real fun time. We have a very special guest. I just moved, which for any of you watching live is why why the background looks different. But we have a special guest. We're going to get to that in a second. Also, we have a new character to try out for you. We're going to audition. You know, I don't know. This character's not ready to come up to the big leagues. We're going to give it a few swings. We're going to give it a few at-bats right here on the live stream. But you want to know what? Let's go ahead and bring out our special guest right now because she's chomping at the bit behind the couch. Ladies and gentlemen, your friend and mine, you know her from YouTube.com/healthyaddict. She is my co-host on the Who's the Boss podcast, Ashley Paramore. Where's Ashley Paramore? Oh, jeez. Oh, there she is. There she is. How you doing? Yeah, we probably need to clean it.
Yeah.
You live in this apartment with me now.
It turns out I might. I might actually live here.
Now you gotta talk into the mic.
I am.
No,
Better?
yeah, but you have to see it.
Oh.
Register, see?
There
See, when
we
I
go.
talk into it, it goes up.
But you're really loud, so if I talk like this,
Then
I sound like, I don't know.
yeah, I mean you have to project.
Okay.
We moved into this apartment together because
Yeah.
we're roommates,
We are roommates.
like Bert and Ernie, which is another way of saying that we fuck each other in the ass.
I'm the pitcher.
Yeah. You know, listen, when you do it like you do it, you know, it's a pleasure and an honor. I've never lived with anybody before.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Is it weird that I've never lived with anybody before?
How old are you?
I'm 29 years old.
Yes.
You've lived with people before, like
Yeah.
romantically.
Several.
Several. Like you're way better at this. You're younger than I am, and you're way better at this than I am. What would you say is going to be the first thing that I'm going to come to realize living with somebody?
That you need to clean up after your damn self.
Would you?
I don't know.
I mean, do you think that it's going to be a problem? Do you think it's going to be a culture shock for me?
I don't know. I really don't. Like right now, I would complain about you being a mess, but considering the entire room is littered with my things, that might not be a problem now. But yeah, I don't know. Culture shock, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certainly pros to having romantically inclined roommates. Not
Yes.
saying that we are.
Which is I guess that's the thing is it would be incorrect to say that I've never lived with people because in fact the opposite would be true. I've never lived alone. I was born into a house where people lived with me. I went to college where I had a roommate. I've always had roommates in apartments. Really what's different is I've never fucked my roommates.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be different now because we have sex.
But you've fucked people though, like in your old places. So what's gonna make this so different? What's the challenge here?
I can't kick you out. And I can't flee the premises. I have to live here. I have to come back.
Oh.
That would be the big difference. That would be the difference in everything.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna be on the couch a lot.
But I built this couch. We went and we did a big IKEA trip yesterday. Were you shocked at how much we had to spend to actually furnish an apartment?
No, because I've had to buy furniture before.
I have not. It was painful to look at that final receipt. I wound up taking pictures of the receipt and texting it to friends.
Really?
Just because I was shocked.
They're
by it.
gonna laugh at you.
Well, you misunderestimate how immature my friends are.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know if, I mean, I guess a few of my friends are married, but like other than that, like most of my friends still either live, they live actually worse than me. They don't even have roommates. They live with their parents still, so they're even worse than me. They're even more immature than I am when it comes to this.
Yeah. I don't know. I still can't believe that you haven't lived with someone romantically ever. It's just really weird.
Does part of that work into like, well, maybe there's something wrong with him? Maybe there's a reason why that no girl has ever been dumb enough to move in with him?
I've got some clues already. Yeah.
Is it like I'm like, oh look, it's like the big beautiful house at the end of the block, and then you move in and it's haunted. It's like I'm like the Amityville horror of boyfriends.
And you also don't have like basic life necessities.
Like what?
Like I brought just about all of the dishes.
Yeah.
You didn't have any dishes.
No. Why would I have dishes when other people have them? The last 2 houses I've lived in, people have already had dishes. What am I gonna do? Buy more dishes just for the sake of having them? These are my dishes. I'm a man, and I have my dishes.
But you were just telling me too that you didn't have stuff for pizza, and you really, really wanted frozen pizza, so you went out and bought a pizza pan in foil. Like you didn't even have that.
No.
You're a savage.
Well, I mean, again, they've all always been there. Like, if you lived at hotels your entire life, like, do you go and be like, I need to have my own baking pan?
You continue to furnish the hotel? I don't know.
It was just already there. I'm going to spend money redundantly?
Whatever.
I guess I've always wound up living with roommates. Like, there was a point in which I lived with a friend of mine, Chris, in Florida, and then he moved to Minneapolis. And so I was in a position where I wanted to move somewhere, and I wound up going on roommates.com simply because I've always been good at job interviews, and I figured like this would be like me living somewhere based on being able to interview well. And I figured like in that market I could get the best roommates because I'm a good candidate and I interview well. So like even then I didn't even entertain the idea of getting a studio apartment. Like I wanted to live in a better place with roommates, strangers even.
I'm just in shock and awe with how, like, noobish you are at this. It's kind of cute.
I know. And also at that
it
point...
It won't be cute after a
by the
couple
way,
days.
at that point I was dating somebody and decided not to move in with them. But I didn't even consider it. I wasn't even like, maybe I should think about it. It was like, not even for a second did I want to move in with her. And at that point, things in that relationship were going well. I've never wanted to do it on any level. You've tamed me. Although I don't really know if I was.
Apparently
I
not
don't know if
well
I was
enough.
a treasure.
I haven't tamed you well enough yet.
We're gonna be producing a lot of content in this apartment.
Oh my god.
Do you think you're gonna be doing more of your YouTube stuff now that you live here?
Probably because I don't have any friends. yes, I will be.
And
For
you can like collab more. There's like a lot of people up here that do YouTube stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or you could like drive down to LA. There's like a million. There's everybody in LA. Like
it's not like I don't know a million new media people.
I know.
All live in the San Francisco Bay Area. Like,
exactly. So are you excited? I mean, because that could be. I mean, that's how everybody gets all the YouTube famous people it's all a big incestuous fuck pile, right? They just all like they hump each other's videos and views come out.
Yeah.
Is that basically what happens? It's just
Perhaps I hope to get in on this fuck pile.
a big view producing fat sweaty cum pile.
A big old pile of fuck.
Pile that fuck up.
Fuck pile. Ha!
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 I'd be like, yeah, that'd be a great James Brown song. So all right, so you're gonna be doing a lot of stuff here. We're living together, and we'll be doing. Do you want to talk more about what we want to do with online ethicists?
Oh yeah, so we've been talking about, because it did really well when we were doing it as an audio podcast, but we're talking about turning it into video and bringing it onto YouTube, and instead of doing 45 minutes, maybe doing 5, just covering one issue. One
thing. And so here would be the idea. Because I really liked, one of the things that I really miss is I miss writing sketches for Game On. But it was really hard. I mean, Game On was obviously a very unique circumstance, but the idea of writing sketches that would go up on YouTube, you can just sit down. So there we go. I like. What are you doing? Well, you gotta talk into the mic.
I'm trying to see.
Well, we can take it that way.
Right.
Turn the mic. There we go. I liked writing sketches. So what we were thinking about doing is having each episode would be a sketch, humorously depicting the event, right? And then we would have me and you talking about it, and then making a ruling. But then the way that we would kind of spread it is we would encourage everybody to post the video on somebody's Facebook or Twitter timeline when they engage in this activity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a little different than what we had done before, and just picking out the ruling. And I like doing skits. Skits are really fun.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. I think that's our main, as soon as this apartment is clean and has more furniture project. So that'll be fun. And then we're also continuing to do Who's the Boss
We're doing Who's the Boss.
in the same room.
We will actually do all of them in the same room. That'll be fun. So yeah, no, pretty cool. And then also, yeah, look at, all right, so Bill saying it sounds like it'd be fun to make titles for. Yes, Bill, if you want to make titles, you can. Leona Moose asked if we're looking for an editor. I don't know whether we'd edit that ourselves. I think we'd probably edit that.
We'll probably do it all in-house.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah.
Depending how complicated Justin wants to make the skits.
I just want to make, well, because I had the idea also, because they're all going to be technology based, obviously, that like you would always shoot it from the point of view of the device you're interacting with. So that would be an easy way to have an excuse to shoot it, like from the point of view of like the phone or the computer. So I thought that would be a fun one. But we're going to do that. That's going to be fun. And here we go. We have an apartment. I'm living with somebody.
It's really weird. What have I got myself into?
All right, well, get the fuck out of here. I'm going to do
All
the
right.
character that annoys you. By the way, if you were to describe the character I'm going to do for everybody, how would you describe it?
Which one is it?
The one that I was doing this morning.
It's just really annoying. I don't know. I don't know even why it's funny. I'm gonna go away. Get fucking earplugs.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the lovely Ashley Paramore. All right. This is going to be a new segment we call New Character Auditions. Let's go ahead and get a sounder for it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, New Character Auditions. Whoa! All right. For anybody who watches NSFW show, knows I do a lot of characters, I do a lot of silly voices, but they're not all great. In fact, many of them suck. Many of them I only do once, and some of them like I do way more than even come up on NSFW show. Like some of them, like the Hey Mister voice, that was something that I had actually been doing with friends for months before it came out on NSFW show. That one was road tested. I've been making people laugh with the Hey Mister, for an extra $5, you can come in my belly button. Like that voice. That was something that I was making people laugh with for a while. Man, we have a radiator now and it makes a lot of noise. No, because if you try to turn it off, it makes more noise. Just make sure that it's turned all the way up. But if I can bring them here and you guys can give me a straw poll on whether or not it's good, maybe I can bring them out on some of the other shows, on Weird Things, on NSFW show, big shows that people actually listen to, instead of this, which is kind of like a AAA testing ground. So here we go. Here is the character that I would like to show you guys. It's called Stand-Up Comedian Who Only Makes Doctor Who Jokes. Okay? Stand-up comedian who only makes Doctor Who jokes. And the voice goes a little something like this. What the fuck's up with this Levine? Always farting around. This Levine always farting. Control your gas, motherfucker. You nasty motherfucker. Made of gas. Farting all over the place. Motherfuckers. All right, there we go. Strawpoll.me/5984. Sorry, no, 5985. Strawpoll.me/5985. Let's go ahead and try. Let's go ahead and try another one. Cybermen always all around talking about delete. Cybermen. You should delete yourself. Nasty motherfuckers. Strax always talking about, I'm going to blow up the moon. I'm going to blow up the moon. To blow up yourself? Nasty motherfucker. Leonamu says, make it sound more black, but a different voice than the Twit Hype Man. Well, I guess I don't have... I guess what would be a good like Def Comedy Jam kind of thing? Not good reviews so far. Not good reviews. Let's go ahead and take a look at the straw poll. The votes are coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Stand-Up Doctor Who would kill or would bang. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results. Overwhelming. Nobody likes this character. Overwhelming. What if we just came up with different Doctor Who jokes? What if it was like Daleks running around saying exterminate. Exterminate. You need to exterminate yourself, nasty motherfucker. I think it's one of those things, and then it just keeps. Ood always talking with that glowing ball. The glowing ball on the Ood. You need to ball yourself, nasty squid face motherfucker. I'll show you some glowing balls. Get your Ood out of here. Nasty motherfuckers. Now that's the point. People are like, it's the same joke every time. That's the point. It's a repetitious joke. It's a joke that basically is Doctor Who reference. Repeat the premise. Same punchline. Stinger with the nasty motherfucker. Exactly. People are saying, yes, it's like every other character. That's the point. They're not deep. They're not deep. They are just there. They are there to exist. So there we are. Doctor Who stand-up character. You can go ahead and cast your votes. Strawpoll.me, 5985. Go ahead and then head on over. Strawpoll.me/5985 to get your votes. Get your votes in there. Then as Simpson says, maybe it should be Mr. Bad stand-up Doctor Who guy. Well, that's kind of the point, is that I don't want to say, because it would also be like black stand-up guy, because a white stand-up guy would be a different impression. But you don't want to say that, because it's funnier if you kind of realize that it's like a BET Comic View comic doing Doctor Who, because you don't normally hear Doctor Who jokes on BET's Comic View. It is odd that is there, which is why it's a thing. All right. So nobody seems to like this character, which is why we test drive them here on the JuRY live stream. A lot of really awesome stuff that I want to talk about. The first is Did you guys see what happened with Hannah Hart over the last couple days? Jackie Hearn. Jackie Hearn saying added more background about the BET comedy. So maybe we have like the black audience laughing while I just do really obscure Doctor Who jokes. Great intelligence always bringing snowmen to kill motherfuckers in Victorian England. Great intelligence. You better intelligent yourself, nasty motherfucker. So yeah, Hannah Hart is the My Drunk Kitchen girl. She has a huge following on YouTube. Massive, gigantic, super successful series on YouTube. She gets the idea. She gets the idea that she wants to do a tour, okay? And like many people, including your friend and mine, Brian Brushwood, decides that the way to do this is to go out on Kickstarter, or I think she used Indiegogo, and wound up putting out the idea that she wanted to raise $50,000 for her tour right there in Indiegogo. And go ahead and think for yourself right now between how long it took her. I will give you the answer that she already hit her $50,000 goal, and she has gone way past that. If somebody can actually give me the link to that, I will give you guys the update on exactly how much she has raised. But go ahead and think to yourself how long it took a massively successful YouTube personality to raise $50,000 on Indiegogo. Indiegogo always talking about raising money. Raising money. You better raise money yourself, nasty motherfucker. 4.6 seconds, 36 minutes, 4 hours and a booby thumbnail. Leona Moo says she's only famous because her main audience is male. I actually don't think that that's true. Jenna Marbles or Hannah Hart, I mean, those two chicks, I think, have a predominantly female viewership. And they are both very attractive. They're both very cute. Hannah Hart, I think, very publicly is gay. So, yeah, and Eskimo the Pie says she has a shit ton of fangirls that just watch her movie nights. I would so she hit it in 5 hours, $10,000 an hour. She did for her tour. The very smart thing about it is that she doesn't have dates. She's going to book dates based on geographically where the money came in for her Indiegogo. That's going to be the basis of how she books where she is going to go, which is brilliant on so many levels. And she's incredibly intelligent and amazing. And I'll tell you what, if we have more of an interview component to this particular live stream, because I've always wanted this show, especially this podcast version, I want it to be just fucking whatever I want to do, right? And I would love to have interviews be a part of it. And I would love to talk to her because, I think there's something really fascinating about people who just get community. And it's funny because, like, people come to me and Brian, and are like, y'all motherfuckers get community. Justin and Brian be thinking they know about community. Knowing about community. You better community yourself, nasty motherfucker. Nasty ass community motherfucker. Peeing in that shit like a community pool. You nasty motherfucker. It's harder to do it. Ashley just giving me dirty looks over the computer. But I think she is somebody who intuitively understands her audience and is giving them value. Now, here was what I found interesting about her Indiegogo compared to other Indiegogos or Kickstarters, is that a lot of them are really, really, really fixated on what people get in return. Okay? So you get a lot of people who get physical, physical products, and for Kickstarters, for like items, that makes sense. If you were kind of pre-buying the item, that makes a lot of sense. For her on a tour, I think she's like writing poems or calling people, shit that will like she can do in a day and doesn't have to spend like 3 weeks figuring out how to do it. Like when Brett did his Kickstarter, Brett the Amtrak Aroundsville did his Kickstarter for the provider. That was a lot of work, man. He had to pay money to get all these issues printed out. He had to sign them all. There was a big, a real big time investment in getting all that shit out the door. That was almost, I think when you talk to people who succeed with these things, the biggest complaint is that it's just hard to fulfill all the promises that you made to raise the money. She didn't really have a lot of physical things. It was literally just her, like, giving a piece of herself to fans. And a lot of them just kicked in because they want her to be able to go on this adventure and to be able to talk about it on her channel. That was just a big thing, that people wanted to do. And I think that's very interesting. It's interesting to me to understand what that line is. Because when you're a content creator and you respect your audience, you don't want to think like you are fucking them. You want to think like you're taking advantage of them, or you just think of them as an ATM to fund your dreams. And there's a lot of pathos that goes into that, by the way, because content creators are, by and large, very low self-esteem individuals. There's a reason why they want to put a lot of effort into doing things for which they gain validation. And it's not because they're mentally healthy. It's because they are mentally unhealthy. Fundamentally. That's a fact, like Agnes, Agatha, Jermaine, and Jack. So when you are in this new situation of your audience giving you cash, you want to feel like they're not getting ripped off because you don't feel like you are enough for them. But I think that's tilting the other way. So we're going away from, I'm going to give away a book in my library. Now we have to worry about all these ancillary things like how much it costs to ship and how much time it's going to take me to sign all these things, how much, there is involved in all that. Now you have to figure out just how to give a piece of yourself, how to spread a little bit of you evenly over the Melba toast that is your fan base. And so I'll tell you, if somebody can shoot me the link, I'll just go ahead and search for it. It's called Hello Hardo. That was the name of her tour. Hello Hardo. Indiegogo. Let's go ahead and take a look. How much has she raised of her $50,000 goal? Ladies and gentlemen, she is currently, and this is 2 days into things, at $127,000. 619. 127,619. 6 hours to get to 50K. She is within spitting distance of going triple that. That's a lot of hooch, ladies and germs. That is a lot of coin. And listen, she's an inspiration. She's awesome. She does such a great job. She wears a beanie better than I do. And all praise to Hardo. But what I found interesting is what she wanted to give back. All right. We had a little interview. We did a little new character tryouts, which, by the way, I kind of feel like it's worming its way into your hearts, America. America don't play hard to get. Doctor Who stand-up. I think he's there. He's getting close. He's getting close. So now we come to the portion of the program where I take a topic from you guys, and we talk about it. So go ahead, throw it in the chat room right now. By the way, if you are listening to this on podcast, on Saturdays is when we record this live. The time is variable, but follow me on Twitter, Justin R. Young, for all the latest details. I'll tell you what. Here we go. JuRY says the NHL lockout. I'll tell you what I did. Last night I went to, anybody watching live can see me holding up my San Francisco Bulls t-shirt. San Francisco Bulls are the ECHL affiliate of the San Jose Sharks. The ECHL is the East Coast Hockey League. And I love minor league sports. Minor league sports are so much fun for this reason. Number one, you are never pissed off about the money you've spent. It is a fair trade. You feel like you got your $30-something worth. Whereas, like, when you pay pro sports ticket prices and you walk in there and you're paying $10 a beer, the whole experience, you're dropping $200, right? If the game is good, you're like, that's awesome. I got to go to that game, right? But if the game sucks and you're like, fuck this. This is just not fun. I'm just pissed off that I spent that money. Minor league hockey, not that. Also, minor league hockey tries. Like, you feel like everybody is trying to make you have a good time. There's all these little bullshit bells and whistles. There was an actual bull there last night at the San Francisco Bulls game in the Cow Palace, which, by the way, is basically an overgrown high school gym. It is embarrassing how old school this thing is. It's so amazing. And it was just a fun time. Everybody was there. You just like to get drunk and watch hockey. It was just so much fun. So much fun. I would love to do a thing. I would love to actually call a Bulls game. Maybe that'll be a fun thing. If I go to the San Francisco Bulls and say, hey, listen, how many retweets do we have to get on your official account before you let Justin Robert Young call a period of hockey? That's what I want to do. I want to be the color commentator for a San Francisco Bulls game. That would be fucking amazing. I would love that. But it brings me to the topic of the NHL lock. If you're unaware, the NHL is the National Hockey League. They play professional hockey in the United States and Canada. They are currently locked out because they are debating a number of things, including a salary cap, how much players are allowed to make, and a pension for after players leave the league. There are also a lot of ancillary issues, like whether or not the NHL will sanction NHL employees playing in the Olympics in Sochi, Russia, in 2 years. And the legal issue, which is looming over all professional sports, for class action lawsuits for players who leave the league and can sue for the fact that their brains are pudding. I am fundamentally of the belief that you can tell the class of owner amongst the three major sports by how fast they resolve their lockouts. The NFL has the smartest owners because they make the most money. They've run their league very, 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 very well. It's a juggernaut. Right now, a startling amount of people are watching, not me, not anything else on the internet, but NFL football for teams that they don't give a fuck about. They probably don't give a shit about Cincinnati and Houston. They don't give a shit about the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. But it's done such a fantastic job in marketing its stars, in being a good steward for their game, that people are tuning in because they want to watch Adrian Peterson. They know who the fuck Adrian Peterson is. They know who Aaron Rodgers is, right? And so they'll turn on their televisions and watch them. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of influence. It runs the American sports landscape. They resolved their lockout before the season started. They missed preseason games, and that was it. The NBA, run by a slightly lower class. In fact, it is a big drop. NBA owners are thieves and scumbags compared to the NFL owners. They resolved their lockout on Christmas Day because they knew that Christmas Day was a very, very, very big day for them. It's a big media day, everybody starts to pay attention is kind of symbolically when people kind of start paying attention to basketball, because the second half of the season is more interesting than the first. Which brings us to the NHL. If there is a quantum leap in shittiness between NFL and NBA owners, NHL owners are used car salesmen for a mole town miles beneath the Earth's crust. Magma courses amongst where these troglodytes are born from. They are disgusting, absolutely spineless, greedy, horrible mole people with beady eyes and little claws that they just burrow through the earth and just look to see if they can suck the fucking marrow out of a bone that they've been chewing on and playing with for fucking decades. They are awful. They are absolutely disgusting. And here's fucking why. One of the things that they are arguing about is the finer points on a contract year limit. I believe that the NHL and the owners want 5 years. The NHLPA has now come down to, I believe, 8 years, 7 or 8 years. They are separated by 2 years. The reason why they want this is because these same fucking owners have been signing contracts for like 25 years. Because the new thing that they decided to do was sign players for retarded year lengths that they would never actually play out. So they could literally just sign them for more money, but they could spread it out over a long enough amount of time that they could circumvent the salary cap hit. Which, by the way, if you think for a fucking second that as soon as this thing is resolved, the same people who negotiated it will then hand that piece of paper that they negotiated to a general manager who will know how to circumvent it and create the new problem for which these fucking retards will have to negotiate and hardball the NHLPA for in the next 6 years. This is the circle of life from short-sighted, crooked scumbags. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that the NFL owners are great people, and you can certainly hammer the NFL for being duplicitous and ridiculous in terms of how they've handled concussions. That they've wanted to make concussions this big thing, and yet they want to have 16 games a season. They claim that player safety health is a major concern for them, and yet they make every team play a Thursday night game, or they make most teams play a Thursday night game, so they only have like 3 days of rest between when they play on Sunday and when they play on Thursday. But even then, at least they know that they don't fucking shoot the goose that is laying for them golden eggs. And at least the NBA, as disgusting as they are, one of the grimy pimps and thieves that run NBA teams, know that you don't take away your biggest media opportunity day, which for them is Christmas Day and for the NHL is New Year's Day when they play the Winter Classic, and everybody, people who don't watch hockey, get to watch hockey and have a good time, and it broadcasts gorgeously in HD. And this year, it was beautiful. They were going to play it in Ann Arbor. They were going to play it in the Big House on the University of Michigan campus. It was going to be the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Detroit Red Wings. And that day, New Year's Day, was 20 degrees and sunny. It would have been gorgeous. And yet, the game wasn't played because, as disgusting as all those other owners are, they are not the fucking troglodytes that run the NHL, who refuse to be successful. They refuse to let their league be successful. So there we go. That's my rant on the NHL lockout. They're disgusting, and I hope they all fall into a vat of sulfuric acid and slowly dissolve. And by the way, I'm a huge Pittsburgh Penguin fan. I put the Burkle Management Group and Mario Lemieux in that same group. I don't think that they're the worst offenders, but they're among the group. You can't take them out of it. All right. Quick things. Epic Happy in the chat room wants me to talk about the debt ceiling. You want to know what? The debt ceiling have everything I just said about the NHL owners, and consider that I think the NHL owners are descended from on high compared to what I think of Congress. It is just an absolutely disgusting. They're disgusting. They're the grossest people ever. It's just it's disgusting. Because by the way, for anybody who's confused about this debt ceiling thing, let me just break this down to you. That whole thing that we just went through, that was us resolving the solution for the problem that we had last time. The debt ceiling was basically Congress playing Russian roulette and putting a gun to their heads and saying, hey, let's kick this can down the road, and if we don't solve it by a year from now, then everything none of us want will happen. And so we had that. So that was our solution. What just happened was our solution. We have not even dealt with the problem. The problem will happen in 2 weeks. And we will have this same thing again. And when people, and by the way, there are no heroes in this. No heroes. If you think for a hot fucking second that there are good guys on either side of the aisle, you're kidding yourself. You are literally deluding yourself. If you say John Boehner, he's an asshole. Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi, they're the real winners. Or if you say Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid are idiots. Or if you say the Tea Party Congress are obstructionists. They're all of them, equally terrible in their own special way. They are like snowflakes, for each and every one of them is shaped in the form of an asshole that nobody has seen before and nobody will see again. A unique geometric asshole that falls from the sky and completely gums up the works of this country. These bloodsuckers care nothing but for their own preservation. They are not here to help you. Congress is not here to help you. They are there to stay in Congress. All of this, the reason why they won't compromise is because they are trying to stay in Congress, not trying to solve any problems. Because really, the problem that we have is that we have a lot of very popular, effective to a certain extent, although highly inefficient, programs that we can't afford. So the problem is, how do we continue to get people these benefits? How do we continue to make sure that people are being helped and that people are their lives are bettered without having it all coming out of our coffers? Or how do we tighten up and make these programs more efficient? Nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody does. Because anybody who tries to do it will be painted in a negative light. And anybody who gives any ground will be looked at by their party as complete traitor scumbags. Which is why we get what we have now, which is Republicans who want to cut costs and lower taxes in a way that is probably unreasonable. And you have Democrats who refuse to even deal with the fact that some of these programs are horrifyingly inefficient. And lo, there we go. It is under that circumstance that we tried to solve the debt ceiling problem. And the way that we tried to solve that was by saying, let's solve it a year from now, after the election. And if we don't solve it, how about the apocalypse happens? So we literally went right up to the apocalypse and passed it. Because ultimately this is all bullshit anyway. Because we went over the fiscal cliff, and then we just wrote a law saying the fiscal cliff didn't happen. Merp. Merp. So, there we go. The savior for all of this is technology, is innovation. Technology outpaces legislation. We will all eventually be more free and knowledgeable, as we always have been, as technology has outpaced the politicians who want to get their grimy, filthy little fingers on either side of the aisle. And Meeks Mix Media says in the chat room, we will also be slave to the robots. Ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up for this edition of the JuRY live stream. There will be a podcast feed for this. Hand to God, there will be one. I have one now. It just doesn't have the art for some reason. I can't figure out a way to validate the art. So we will. It'll be out. You'll be able to download. You can spread the word. It'll be a fun time. This is the new apartment. It's going to be awesome. We're going to do so many cool things here. Thank you to Ashley Paramore for being part of the show earlier. And until next week, from everybody here at the JuRY Podcast, do me a favor and please don't die. That was ranty. I guess that's kind of this show though is me ranting. Oh my God, this is so much more relaxed. I can just like lean back. Oh my God, I'm so excited that I get to do this on the couch now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you taking my mic time?
Because it's my house.
So people didn't like Doctor Who.
It was terrible. It was terrible. Shut your face. I was talking to Rita in the back, and she even said, like, as much as everybody says how terrible it is, you just keep going.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Well, because then it's fun. If it's terrible and I keep doing it, it's fun.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone agrees with me. 41-11 agrees with me. And then if you add Rita, that's 42.
All right. That's fine. Princess Promise. Echonet.
No.
I swear to God, if I'm on NSFW, people are like, do stand-up Doctor Who. Somebody will do it.
Yeah, one of those people in that 11 will do it, and you'll piss off everyone. There's one that I want you to do on NSFW sometime.
Which one?
The one that you haven't done yet. Master.
Oh, the Master of Seduction?
Yes, I need to do that one sometime. That one's good.
Maybe I'll do that next week. Next week I'll do, next week I'll do, what's it called? I'll do Master of Seduction.
Yeah, you should do that one.
Although Chad wants to do that as a YouTube.
What?
Yeah.
He's trying to steal your glory?
Well, I told him about it. He's like, oh my God, it'd be really fun to skit.
Well, whenever you do that, if you introduce it on, like, you should do it as a skit regardless as a YouTube video. I totally agree with Chad, but I will be able Do you want to do it now and do it again next week?
I mean, these guys are the hardcore. They deserve to see
Really?
shit, yeah.
Okay, hold on. I gotta.
Well, no, basically, all right. We'll be like in split screen. So the audio's breaking up. Is it still there? Hello? All right. All right. So I mean, basically, the master seduction is just me. Well, is it just the next time you're with your lady? The tip, yeah. So it's there we go. Yeah. All right. So it's the next time you're with your lady, take a cell phone and bury it in the backyard. Then when she asks where her cell phone is, say, I don't know. Master. So basically, it's
They're usually funnier though. You're gonna make it funnier.
well.
Make me laugh at you.
So basically, it's like it's retarded tips. And each one is punctuated by master, and then me rubbing my hand over her face.
Tastes like salt.
Probably. I'm a very salty dog. We were saying share the mic, but I mean I'm the one doing the voice, so like you don't.
Yeah, do another one. Do another one.
I don't remember. I'd have to write them. I mean, like this is like a writer one. Like I don't usually write it, but all right. The next time you're with your lady, eat a lot of bok choy and then fart. When she says, "Did you fart?" say, "No, it was a ghost escaping my butthole." Master. They just starts with the next time you're with your lady, something weird, non sequitur, and then master. That's the bit.
It does sound like a bit.
Next time you will feel late. And so I was thinking of it like an Indian or like a British, a slight British affectated voice like Pakistani. Like that would be the master of seduction. Because you would think, you look at that guy and you're like, dude, that guy gets tons of pussy. Maybe I should grow the mustache back.
No.
You don't think so?
No, but you need to get a robe. You need to get a robe too.
Chad wanted to buy me a outfit. He found an outfit online that he really wanted to buy.
I hope it's purple.
It might have been purple. Yeah. No, not Michael Caine. It's not gonna be. Next time you're with your lady, I'm Michael Caine. Oi. All right. So there we go. That's the master of seduction. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll actually write it and do it on the next. Maybe I'll do a sounder. I can like hit the sounder of master. All right. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.